Today on the Elevated Kitchen, making a delicious, wonderful, unctuous, scrumptious sandwich from things just laying around at home. Leftovers extravaganza on a sub bun. The sub bun's a little bit stale, right? It's a little hard, a little crunchy. Well, so we'll work with that. And what we're gonna do is actually take this, come over here, bake that shit for 350. Hit start. Okay, that's gonna heat up. Once that's heated up, we're gonna put this on the oven rack, crisp it up, and that'll get rid of that the stale chewiness of it, and that kind of makes it alive again. It's alive! Be careful with it. I almost tossed my bun on the ground by accident. So yeah, just put it on the rack like that. It's around 180, whatever. Give it a little bit of time. If it doesn't toast up fast enough, throw that bitch on broiler and burn it. So yeah. The skillet on medium to high heat. Throw a couple pieces of roast beef in there. Let it start to sear a little bit to give it a little bit more flavor and texture. And we're gonna knock it down with a spatula into smaller pieces, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so here's like one of my pet peeves. Life is too short for a flimsy ass spatula. You gotta have a spatula that you can actually cut stuff up with. There's been several times where I've been cooking at somebody else's house and my cooking experience has been ruined because of a shitty spatula. Get a rigid spatula. This actually has a little bit too much of a curve in it for me. I like them more straight, but at least, you know, you can mac shit up with it. So anyhow, that's just my opinion. So knock it down to your desired consistency, and at this point, with it nice and hot, we add some of that leftover Heinz savory beef gravy, and we add that in there, mix that in. I'm gonna crack a little pepper on top of it as well, right at the end, and that part's pretty much done. So this is cooked down to a nice consistency. It's not too runny. It's sticking to the pan just a little bit, which means it's gonna set up real nice. So yeah. Again, throw a little cracked black pepper on that mofo and we're ready to go. Oh, what an asshole. Okay, there we go. Bring it over to here, and we're prepped. This is the most important part. You're gonna put the meat on here, on the Munster cheese that's laid out on the bottom. Creates an awesome little base for it. Then we're gonna put the meat on top, ready? Blap! And then mozzarella cheese. Believe in magic. Okay, the whole point with this foil is we're gonna wrap this whole thing up, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven for about 4 minutes. You know that oven you preheated earlier? It still has a purpose. Put it up so it looks like a giant spliff. Back into the oven about 4 or 5 minutes. Another word to the wise, something Mama taught me. Do your dishes while you're cooking if you can, because that helps at the end. You're not being so fatigued and having a giant sink full of dishes after you cooked for everybody and you don't even want to eat because you've been dealing with the ingredients for 15 minutes. I mean, this is more of a personal meal here, but you know what I mean. Try to keep up on it and life will appreciate you for it. Blah. Tree fitty. Oh, wait. Let it cool on the stovetop. Don't burn yourself, fool. It ain't pretty. That's not what we were about here. What we are about here is taste. And I assure you, this is marvelous. Thank you, elevators. Keep elevated and keep cooking. Keep learning. Keep crooking and keep yearning. Peace. If you don't give her a heart attack after you're done cooking, turn the stove off. Turn it off. Make sure it's off. Make sure none of this is on. Nobody's gonna come in with groceries and set it down and burn the place down. Turn it off.